Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Report. Here we are, it's Saturday, April 8th, 2017. We have gold currently trading at $1,254.80. Silver's trading at $18.06. And let's get right into some of the economic factors that will be playing a part into the price of precious metals. Now, we have some very discouraging numbers that have taken place. And now what we've seen is that the auto industry, which is a major driver of economic growth, it could be an outright drag on the economy for the first time since 2009. Now, it's looking like these numbers may very well push into the negative. GM has come out. Ford, we already reported on that, was saying that they were expecting some very dangerous results as a result of these used car numbers. But General Motors said a glut of used cars is going to return to the market after their leases expire. It's going to drag on their finance unit this year. And this is similar to the warnings that Ford put out, but it's also lenders, such as Ally Financial Incorporated. The prices of used cars in GM's financial leasing portfolio will decline about 7% this year. That is massive. The GM Chief Financial Officer, Chuck Stevens, he said with Analyst Thursday, the value of used GM vehicles have depreciated faster than expected in the first quarter. Particularly with crossovers, the prices will fall as much as 3% next year. Ford is already saying they have major concerns that they have cut their lending unit's profit forecast by $300 million. And so what we've seen, the National Automobile Dealers Association used vehicle price index, it plunged in February by most since November 2008. Housing, we're seeing some dangerous developments in housing. It may be about to go the same way. Mortgage rates are rising, which means the real cost of owning a home, it's already up dramatically in the past few years, is about to jump again. We also have stagnation of wages. We're not seeing increasing wages as we saw from the jobs report, even though they're touting about this 4.5% unemployment. What we've seen was there was massive layoffs in retail. Now, speaking of retail, the troubles that are going on in the American mall industry are really about to begin to wreak some serious havoc. And it's reminiscent of ancient Rome and the collapse of ancient Rome, how you see these massive colosseums, these massive buildings, this massive infrastructure, and you think there was really a great civilization here at one point. Similar to what you see in Detroit, where you go through and you have empty, abandoned skyscrapers. Imagine a city with almost 700,000 people, and you have an abandoned skyscraper. Nobody even wants to use it. And that's how valueless that city has become. And we're about to see this take place countrywide, nationwide in the United States. There's a fresh round of distress signals and what we've seen in the retail industry just this week. Another big name chain announced hundreds of new stores will be closing, and still others moved aggressively to try to recalibrate their businesses. And what we've seen, Payless Shoe Source, we reported on it, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They went through with it. They outlined plans to immediately close near 400 of its 4,400 stores globally. Now, this is a big one. Ralph Lauren, they're shutting down the Polo store. It's the latest step in some sort of massive cost-cutting effort. Big box supplies, staples, they're reportedly considering putting themselves up for sale. This is getting very dangerous, and what we're really going to be looking at is very similar to what happened to Detroit, only nationwide. We're seeing a serious contraction within the economy, not an expansion. It's amazing that keeps talking about this current expansion. When you really look at what's taking place, you're going to look at zombie stores, zombie buildings all around the United States. Who's doing better when wages are not increasing? And so the retrenchment comes. What we've seen, many have begun cutting back in their spending. It's sending ripples through the economy, all of these shutting down of retails. There's a wave of store closures by Macy's, Sears. Alone, they're going to empty 28 million square feet of taxable retail real estate. And we talk about the real estate problem, and what we're really seeing is that they are really unloading a lot of tax revenue. And what we've seen, those vacancies, they're very slow to fill, especially for major anchor stores. They're going to leave these shopping centers less hospitable to the chains that remain, feeding even more departures and job losses. This is going to be a massive collapse within the job industry. A lot of the jobs that have been created during what they call their expansion have been in retail. And it's spread even as the economy, they say, is growing stronger. The stock market keeps marching higher. What we've seen, Urban Outfitters just this week, they reported their current quarter to date. It's comparable to sales that are mid-single digit negative. It's really becoming clear the only source of future growth is going to end up being the government at this point. And it means that the Fed, they're going to have to reverse course soon. They're going to have to move off of their interest rate rises. They're going to have to begin to buy up the stock market. They're going to need to go and buy up whatever's left of the free market until the Federal Reserve ends up owning everything in this country. And that is exactly the way that things are going at this point. So don't let them lie to you about some sort of expansion. All right, thank you guys for joining me here on the Silver Report. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe, like the videos, share the videos, get the word out. I thank you guys so much for stopping by. As always, stay safe.